Come on and shine, shine, shine. Las Vegas, shine your light on me.
Welcome to Las Vegas Tonight with your award-winning host, Dale Davidson. Dale interviews fascinating guests from top-ranked celebrities to people just like you who have an important story to tell. For more than 15 years, Dale has broadcast every week from the fabulous Las Vegas Strip. He finds the people who really make Las Vegas a one-of-a-kind city and lets the world know just what's happening in this remarkable town. You'll discover why 50 million people visit the entertainment capital of the world every year. Stay tuned for another exciting episode of Las Vegas Tonight.
Welcome to Las Vegas Tonight. I'm your host, Dale Davidson. You're going to be so very glad that you tuned in today. We have a couple people that are celebrities here in Las Vegas. They have been on more commercials than I've done shows. I think that's a safe thing to say. It is Jim Marsh and his lovely daughter, Stacy. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
Our pleasure.
We appreciate it. Thank you for coming.
You.
Yes. And you're learning a little bit about television and behind the scenes and things like that, but you've been doing a lot of TV over the years, haven't you?
Quite a bit.
When did you decide to be funny, which you're hilarious, by the way? The two of you are hilarious.
It's been over 30 years, Dale.
30 years you've been doing
30,
those?
yeah.
Wow. And you make up little jokes. They're like little dad jokes. And then Stacy says, Dad.
Or I say, Stacy.
And then you say, Dad.
Dad, trying to keep him in line.
Yeah, that's right.
Difficult.
Yeah. You know, what's the marketing strategy behind that? Is that just familiarizing yourself with the audience and making them think, you know, we're nice people? Or what is it?
Well, it's so much different than most commercials, you know.
Yeah.
And it's the interaction between Stacy and myself that people get a kick out of.
It's cute.
And we try to keep it light and humorous.
Tell us about your dealerships. Jim has been in town how long?
I've been here since 53 years now.
53 years. And you have a Chrysler Jeep dealership and a Kia dealership.
Kia dealership, yes.
And how long have you had those dealerships?
The Jeep I got in 1971.
Okay.
The Kia I got in 2008.
Right.
So.
And you're doing really well. You got a lot of cars on your lot, I've noticed.
We do very well.
Yeah. And why did you not retire? Explain that to me.
Why would I want to retire?
Yeah,
Dale?
me neither.
You're not to retire.
No, I'm not going to retire.
That's it.
The R word is not in the Bible anywhere.
No.
There's nothing in there about retiring. And so you're going to just keep working.
Keep working.
Yeah. And you own a casino as well?
I own several casinos.
Yeah. Tell us about those and why did you get in that business? Other than you're in Nevada, which makes sense here, doesn't it?
Well, let me tell you, the first one was in 1976. And there's a bar in Goldfield, Nevada. It was built in 1905.
Right.
And the owner of the bar was a friend of mine by the name of Jim Grogan.
Oh, okay.
And Jim called me one day and he said, "Hey, Marsh." And I said, "Yeah, Grogan." He said, "I want you to buy my bar." And I said, "Well, Jimmy, why do you want me to buy your bar?" He said, "Well, the sheriff just came by and pulled my license off the wall." And I said, "Well, Grogan, what were you doing?" Oh, he says, "Nothing serious." He said, "They were sitting on the front porch with a couple of my cronies who were shooting the insulators off the phone poles."
And why would he be mad about that?
Why would he take this? Anyway, he said, "I'll sell it to you." And I said, "How much you want, Grogan?" He said, "I want $12,000.
Right.
So I bought the bar from him in 1976 for $12,000. And the bar, it was originally, it still is called the Santa Fe Saloon.
Yeah.
I have no idea how I got that name, but it's the oldest operating bar in Southern Nevada.
Wow.
But it's quite an iconic bar.
Yeah. And then you've picked up other properties over the years.
I picked up, I own the Skyline in Vegas, actually.
The Skyline Casino and Hotel,
yeah. I built the Long Street Inn in Amargosa Valley, which is right on the state line on the way to Death Valley.
Okay.
And then I've got 3 places in Tonopah, Nevada.
Wow.
I sold the one I had in Pioche, Nevada, And I had one in Manhattan, Nevada, which nobody's ever heard of before.
No, and
So we've got 6 operating right now.
wow, that's fantastic. How do you keep track of all
I'm not
this?
sure I do that.
That's great, though. What a businessman you are. And Stacy, why did you hook up with this guy and decide that you were going to go in the car business with him?
He's been a great mentor, and I'm learning a lot each day.
Yeah.
It's never dull.
Yeah.
Stacy was a school teacher for 19 years.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Public schools here
Private.
and private schools.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kindergarten.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
Yes.
Those kids are just darling, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. Do you miss that? Do you miss
I miss the
teaching?
children very much.
Yeah,
Yes. It was wonderful.
Yeah. And
She's probably the best kindergarten teacher in town.
oh, I bet that's
Without
true.
doubt.
Yeah, I'll bet that's absolutely true. But this is okay.
Yes.
You like
I enjoy
working-
being with my dad
Yeah.
every day. It's nice.
And you're handling the business end of it as well.
No, Dad's handling everything,
Oh, okay.
and I'm just there to
You're hanging
whatever
out.
he may need.
Oh, okay.
Stacy's son, my grandson, he works for us. And
Oh,
he
okay. I
works,
know that. Yeah.
He sells cars 5 days a week, and then his day off, I have him in training over at the Skyline Casino.
Oh, okay. Which is he going to do you think?
He loves both of them.
Does he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
But he's doing very well.
He's been on the commercials too.
Yes.
Occasionally, yeah. We usually have him around
Breaking
the
him in.
holidays, yeah.
Waking him in. Tell me about the future. What do you want to see done in Nevada? You know, you're quite a force politically in this town and in every other way, and you know we have our problems. Tell me what you think Nevada should look like in 20 years.
Well, I tell you what I don't want it to look like. I don't want it to look like California.
Yes, I understand.
I think we need to keep a good business-like community,
Business friendly.
business-friendly, absolutely.
Yeah. I was disappointed to see that Hollywood decided not to move here. How did you feel about the?
I didn't have a problem with that deal.
Yeah.
They were going to subsidize it a great deal. And I guess my question was, why should we pay for that as opposed to any other business that wants to come in?
Right.
So I didn't have a whole lot of interest in having them come here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to have them come here on their nickel, not ours.
Yeah, I understand that. We've talked about diversifying the economy for many years here. And as you know, being in the casino business, that's our number one industry. Where do you think we ought to be going? Should we be going high tech? Should we be trying to get AI? What businesses do you think Las Vegas would thrive with?
Well, I think the AI and the tech is good there. We're getting a lot of warehousing business in this area.
Yeah, we are.
Which is good. Amazon's got a big presence here. All those things are good.
Yeah.
And the
Data centers and all that sort of
Yes.
thing. Yeah, they're building here. And alternative energy sources. What do you feel about that?
Of course, I love nuclear power. That's very controversial, but
Yeah.
I think that's the for our power. And obviously, from what I read, there's going to be a big power shortage. AI takes a tremendous amount of
Yeah,
power.
they're talking about cold fusion now.
But like
Yeah.
I say, I spent 5 years in Longview, Washington. Right across the Columbia River and on the Oregon side, there was a nuclear power plant.
Yeah,
And I looked at it every day and absolutely no bad effects about it. And I think nuclear is the answer.
yeah. My dad was a nuclear engineer
Was he really?
and built the Perry Power Plant in Ohio, and he believed that's a boiling water reactor, and he believed that was the future as well.
Yeah.
But politically, it did not thrive. You know, it scared people. It really did. But now maybe with cold fusion, you know, that's something that could happen. I saw that Trump in Truth Social and that media group that he has is now combining with the cold fusion company. Isn't that weird? It's just like, and then he was asked by the people on Wall Street, you know, why is a tech company doing this? And he said, energy is our number one problem. It's always going to be our number one problem. And so why not? You know, and that makes sense. Solar hasn't done that well here, and you think it would, but the people that have that big facility right on the California border,
That's huge.
yeah, is trying to get out of it, trying to get out from under. What's your thinking about solar in Nevada? That was going to be the savior for the longest time.
The solar, they built that big plant in Tonopah.
Yeah.
But then they had a deal to sell the power to Nevada Power. But the price was 3 times what the normal they could buy power from outside, of course. But by the legislature, they were had to buy solar power.
Yeah.
So
it actually was much more expensive.
Financially, it was not feasible.
Well, when politicians get involved, and taxes get involved, and pricing gets set, it's hard to be competitive. Let's talk about the competitiveness of the car industry. Highly competitive.
Very much so.
Yeah. What makes for a good car dealership in today's economy?
Oh, you get a dozen different answers from a dozen different people.
Yeah.
I think that I've got one of the finest dealerships in Nevada, but it's primarily because of people, the employees I have, and so forth.
Yeah.
And the average car dealership, the sales department has a 50% turnover every year.
Really?
Yeah, we have practically none. Our salesmen, our employees have been with me a long time. My service manager's been with me since he was 17, and they just went on Social Security. Many employees have been with me 12, 15, 18, 20 years or more.
Yeah. So obviously you're a good boss.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, do you want to expand? Do you want more dealerships, or do you have enough?
If something came along, I'd certainly take a look at it.
Absolutely.
Would you? There's a big demand for those. There's a lot of competition for new dealerships.
Oh, is that right?
And Vegas is pretty well dealered out.
Yeah.
In fact, as far as Chrysler is concerned, there's 8 dealers in town, which is 3 too many.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's over the years they've made in my mind, some bad decisions.
Yeah. What dealership would you want to have if you had a choice?
Well, of course, the most desirable are Toyota and Mercedes and Lexus. But Kia is number 4 in that desirable list out of 33
Is that right?
manufacturers.
They're good-looking cars now.
They've come a long ways.
Yeah, I like them. I like the look. How about you, young lady? What do you drive?
A Kia Telluride,
Do you?
and I love it.
Do you?
Yes, it's beautiful.
What color is it?
Black.
Oh, wow.
It's beautiful.
You're brave to have a black car in,
Yes.
in this climate.
Amazingly, black cars sell very well in this climate.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
And white. Everybody's driving a white Toyota Corolla or something like that, and they all look the same. But does it make more sense to have a lot of cars on the lot, or do you want them to order?
Not necessarily. The ideal is to have 30 to 45 days supply of cars on the lot.
Oh, okay.
That's the point that most people strike for. But if you start getting more, your interest eats you up alive.
Yeah.
If you don't have enough, you don't have enough to show the public. So
Yeah. So it's a fine line,
it's
isn't
kind of
it?
a fine line.
A balance.
And it can go from one to the other real quick.
Oh, is that right? Yeah.
You can be
You have a
real-
slow month
You can
and
be real short one
you're
month
parking the
and
cars
loaded-
out on the street.
Loaded the next month.
that's great. That's a great business, isn't it?
It's a fun business.
You love it.
I do.
Yeah. Tell me about the process of sales. Explain to me how a car salesman is successful.
Well, every dealership has their own way of handling that.
Yeah.
And I can just tell you how we handle it. We have 14 salesmen.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the Kia dealerships now. And we have them into 2 different groups, so they alternate each other. And then we have what they call a floor manager who works with the 7 that are on there.
Yeah.
And a desk man that handles the paperwork.
The paperwork,
And the credit and so forth.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of three different people.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. We need to take a brief break. We might sell a car or 2. I'm determined to sell a car before the show's over. And we'll be back with the Marsh family right after this.
Dad, our donkeys are full grown now and very smart.
Stacy, does that mean we have 2 smart asses?
Dad, I count 3 smart asses.
Stacy!
Our biggest fall sales event is happening now. Lease a brand new Nero hybrid for only $295 a month with 0 down, or get as low as 0% APR on select new Kias. Plus, get up to $3,000 more for your trade. It's always your choice at Jim Marsh Kia, proudly located under the American flag. See ya in a Kia.
Dad, I see the signs of summer are back.
Stacy, does that mean because the birds are chirping and the days are getting longer?
No, Dad, I mean those old black and whites you wear every year.
Stacy!
Pick from hundreds of select new Kias at lower prices than ever. Plus, get up to $3,000 more for your trade. Pick from rebates as high as $7,500 or rates as low as 0% for 72 months. All with as low as $100 down. Only at Jim Marsh Kia under the American flag. See ya in a Kia.
Welcome back to Las Vegas tonight. Aren't you just thrilled to meet these people? Jim Marsh and Stacy, they're famous.
In our own minds.
Boy, how many commercials do you run a week? Do you have any idea? A lot.
A lot, probably 50, 60 a week.
Wow.
We contract with the 4 major stations, and then a few, not so few up there, but.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
What we do, I particularly have to do, I will buy all my commercials in December for the next year.
Really?
So I'm all locked in. Price, I pay for them in advance.
Yeah, you get a better price that way.
A better price,
yeah.
And not only that, but particularly in a political year where you have a lot of competition, the stations don't like to give money back. So I will run where other advertisers will get bumped out.
Yeah.
Because they hate writing checks back.
Yeah, that's right.
So our frequency, even in political years, is more than most people.
Wow. So you know it pays off.
I feel it plays off, yes,
yeah.
I really do.
You all hear that? Advertisers, television works. It's amazing, isn't it? Whenever people say, advertising doesn't work, say, go into your kitchen and open up the cupboards and tell me how many non-brands you have in there.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we're all affected by advertising, aren't we? Let's talk a little bit about the future, and I want to talk about your charities. You are very well known for being a philanthropist. Tell me about some of the organizations that you support and why you support them.
Oh, I've been involved in many of them throughout the years. I've been on the Better Business Board for 20, 25 years. I was on the Chamber of Commerce Board for 12 years. Kidney Association, the Heart Association, numerous ones. I was on the Selective Service Board years ago.
Oh, is that right? Wow.
By Ralph Senator Laxalt.
Wow.
So I've been on numerous boards.
Yeah. Now, why one charity over another? Because people got to be knocking on your door all the time.
I probably support more animal charities than anything else.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these charities, I don't feel give to the people who are trying to help. I used to be on one, I'm not going to name them, but between their salaries and their rent and so forth, all the money that went to them, 90% of it was going to operations and 10% was going to the
supposed to be the other way around.
And so many of them are that way. But a lot of the animal associations that are volunteers.
Yes.
And like right now, we're running ads for the holidays. We'll pay 50% of adoption fees on dogs and cats for the holidays.
That's nice.
And we do that every year.
Yeah.
And of course I don't know if you've seen our burros or not that we have on television.
I love your burros.
But that happened. I'll tell you how we got that.
Yeah, I want to hear this story.
A lady came in that I've known, and she was from Esmeralda County, and there's a lot of burros, and she came with this baby burro that had a broken leg.
Oh, boy.
And she took it to the vet, and the vet said, I think we ought to just put it down. And she said, no, let's try to save it. So she brought it in the dealership. It was only about that tall. And she told me about it, and And she said, it's going to cost a lot to doctor this. And I said, what if I paid the vet bills and you let me adopt him?
Yeah.
She said, you would? And I said, absolutely. So she was still bottle feeding him at that time, so she had to keep bottle feeding him until he got grown. So anyway, he's named Prunes, and Prunes was a famous mule, or not a mule, but a famous donkey that worked in the underground mines in Fairplay, Colorado for,
is that right?
for 60 years. So
Wow.
I named him Prunes after one of his ancestors. And then they're very much a bonding animal.
Yeah.
So he came with another one that's much smaller. So we had two of them at the dealership.
Right.
We call them Prunes and Peaches.
That's
And
cute.
we do some ads with them, and Stacy has bonded with them. And Stacy, you want to tell them?
Yeah, tell me about the donkeys, the burros.
We let them out each morning around 4:30 so they can run in the service department. We close the gates, but they're able to run around and have fun.
Yes.
And they just have a great time.
And they live in the back of a Kia.
Yes,
during the
right
rest of
there at the
week.
service department.
That's fantastic. Do people get to see them?
Yes, absolutely.
People come and they say, you got what, where? And I'm looking at them. And they were even legal. We're not zoned for animals.
Yeah.
And I went to our lady, the councilman, and she got us a special permit for these animals, so we're actually legal with
So you're legal now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. And you've made at least one commercial centered around these burros. Do you want to repeat what you said?
Well,
This is a Christian station, but we're going to let them get away with it.
Well, this is Christian.
What did they
because,
say?
Yeah, well, I tell Stacy, I said, Stacy, we've had our two burros are full grown now and very smart. And what'd you say?
That the two burros are very smart and they're smart asses. And I said, I see three smart asses because Dad was standing next to the two.
Now that's cute. That's the kind of humor that sells cars. Don't ask me why, but it works.
I said, we got two very smart mules. She says, I see three smart asses. She says, I see three smart asses. I said, Stacy.
It's very true.
Stacy. Yeah, that's funny. When I saw that, I talked to you about it at the dealership one day. I said, that's hilarious. That really is. You've differentiated yourself. I think that's, a big part of this. It's homey, it's family, it's burros, it's
Yeah,
stuff
like I say,
that works.
and these organizations, like I say, a lot of them are volunteer, and
Yeah.
God bless them for
The
doing
animals.
that. And but there's so many animals out there that need homes,
Yes, I know.
and I try to support organizations to find homes for these animals.
Yeah, we always do rescues. Yeah, we've had 4 or 5 of them now. And they come with baggage, but it's fun. I had a little female. Her name was Vivienne. Vivi. We decided she was French, and she was a cute little dog with ears that stuck up like that and little. But anyway, we love them. They're a little crazy, but then so are we.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. Let's talk about the future. Stacy, what do you want to do when you grow up? Are you doing everything that you want to do now?
Yes, I am.
Working at the dealership?
Enjoying what I'm doing tremendously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And then ultimately, this guy's going to live forever, of course. But are you going to head up the dealerships when he maybe retires, which is
He's
never
going to
happen?
retire and he'll always be there. This is good.
Stacy has a great life. A dealership, like most businesses, has a lot of moving parts and a lot of decisions going on.
Yeah.
She is very happy what she's doing. She comes on, she's there twice a day. But to put her in a management position where she has to take away from the life that she's enjoying now isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Now, her son, that may be different, but for Stacy, no, she's happy, and then this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stress in business. And,
every kind of business there
every
is.
kind of business. And like I say, she did such a great job teaching kindergarten and so forth. And, but I wouldn't think of putting her into management with that.
Yeah. Management's a lot like being a kindergarten teacher. Isn't it? I mean, kind of. Little kids running around causing trouble all day. Right, guys? Right, everybody? They're all nodding now.
Let me tell you a little thing. She had about 30 kids in her kindergarten school, and every Easter I'd buy these little bunny rabbits.
Yeah.
And I'd give them to the kids for Easter.
Right.
And one year she had all the kids write me thank you letters. I saved them to this day. Those thank you letters, handwriting is better than 90% of the high school graduates today at kindergarten.
Yeah. What happened? What happened to the education system?
It's not there.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's disappointing.
You know, there's too many things that seem to be, you know, I have friends. My mother was a public school teacher, and I have friends that are in the industry now, and all they talk about is leaving. You know, the ones that are older and have master's degrees and probably are the best teachers are leaving in droves. You know, and a lot of it is excessive paperwork, learning new software programs each and every year, management testing, you know, all of this stuff. And education is down the ladder somewhere. And I'm not sure exactly how that happened. Do you know?
No.
Yeah.
It's just our children are our future, and they're everything.
Yeah.
Well, Stacy, what time did your kindergarten start? What time of the day?
8 o'clock,
What time were you there?
6:30.
Wow.
But I love what I did.
Yeah.
It was wonderful, and the children were the best.
Yeah.
They're sponges at that age.
Yeah.
You know, and they want to
love
learn.
going to school.
Yes, very
You know.
much so.
Nobody has made it unpleasant for them yet. That will come in the upper grades, you know, and it's really a shame. Why don't you run for the school board? She could do that,
Go ahead.
you know. He's been known to give to political candidates. You could do that. She's not going to do it, is she?
No. Thank you, though.
I just thought it would help, you know. We're going to need to take another brief break here in a second. And when we come back, I want to wrap up with talking a little bit about you personally and a little bit about your life. We'll be back with the Marsh family, 2 of them, right after this.
Well, Dad, you did it again.
What, Stacy?
You fell asleep in church. The pastor asked me to wake you up.
So?
I told him, you put him to sleep, you wake him up.
Stacy?
It's the September to Remember sales event. Lease a brand new Kia Niro for only $285 per month with 0 down, or get 0% APR for 72 months on select new Kias. Plus, get up to $3,000 more for your trade. Only at Jim Marsh Kia. See ya in a Kia.
The Lord has made it possible for our show, Las Vegas Tonight, to thrive. We've produced well over 300 episodes telling the remarkable stories of Christians who have set out to change the world for the better. It's my honor to lead this ministry. As the founder of Dale Wynn Davidson Ministries, I'm commanded to be a good steward of all the donations our partners have so generously provided to us. As you can imagine, it takes a great deal of money to keep this program on the air in the United States and around the world. Please prayerfully consider making a one-time donation or becoming a monthly partner of Dale Wynn Davidson Ministries. Just go to vegassaints.org and select Make a Donation, or send your check or money order made out to Dale Wynn Davidson Ministries, 9030 West Sahara Avenue, number 255, Las Vegas, Nevada 89117. For more information, call 702-480-3989. Thank you, and God bless you.
Dad, do you like the birthday present I gave to you? It goes from 0 to 200 in 3.5 seconds.
Stacy, a bathroom scale wasn't quite what I had in mind.
Oh, Dad. Lease a brand new 2026 Sportage EX for only $325 a month with 0 down. Or get as low as 0% APR on select new Kias for up to 72 months. Plus, get up to $3,000 more for your trade. Only at Jim Marsh Kia, proudly located under the American flag. See ya in a Kia.
Welcome back to Las Vegas Tonight. I'm your host, Dale Davidson. Jim Marsh and his lovely daughter, Stacy, are here with us today. And boy, we know everything there is to know about car dealerships. So you can get in there and negotiate, right? It's not going to admit to that. The price is the price. That's all there is to
Not
it.
necessarily. If we didn't negotiate, we wouldn't sell any cars.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And people, I think, like the game a little bit, don't they?
They do. Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah. I don't know how that started, but dealerships have always been that way, haven't they?
They have been.
Yeah. Do you have any idea how that started?
Probably further back than you and I will ever know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure back in biblical times, the same thing was going on.
That's right. This donkey, the first donkey that was sold, was named Balaam, and he was talking. So you got a lot of money for Balaam. That's biblical, you know. What did I say I was going to talk about? I forget now. It was something important.
Something about the future.
And talk about your life a little bit. We didn't do much of that. Where'd you grow up?
I was born in Denver and I grew up in between Colorado and Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And tell me about your family. You have siblings?
My dad was the first chief of the Colorado Highway Patrol in 1936.
Oh, is that? Wow.
Yeah, and then he went in the service in World War II.
Okay.
And when he came out, he went back with the Highway Patrol for a year. And then he bought into the Ford dealership in downtown Denver. So that's how I kind of got started in the car business when I was a teenager.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Went down there and washed cars and things like that?
Absolutely.
Learned everything about the lot. And
Absolutely.
yeah.
Boy, cars have changed a lot, I tell you. There's a whole new world out there.
Has the business changed fundamentally since then?
You know, basically it's pretty much the same, but it gets so much more technical than it ever was before.
Yeah.
And the people today, you mention carburetor, they don't even know what a carburetor is.
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
And even our techs, by and large, don't know how to work on carburetors.
Yeah. Yeah, I learned about cars when I was a kid, and my dad gave me a 55 Buick, and I played with that thing forever, and we'd go down to the library and get the manuals and stuff like that. But today's cars, I wouldn't know the first thing. You know, it's all computerized, doesn't even look like an engine anymore, you know? Do you think there's been too much in the way of environmental controls and automation on automobiles?
I wouldn't say there's too much, but they've relaxed some of the rules. The ones trying to go all electric, the public wasn't buying into that. I wasn't buying into that. All electric cars to me were not for the community.
Yeah.
And fortunately, the administration today has changed some of that, so we can go back to what they call ICE cars, internal combustion engines, which is what the public wants. Hybrids, I think, are fine, but all electric, I'm not sold on them at all.
Yeah. Well, you can't take them out of town. That's part of the problem. How do you get to California?
You know, unless you stop 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just not economical. You know, the car business has really got to be fascinating from that standpoint. Where's it going to end up, you know?
The corporations have got in the retail business. Big, 2/3 of our dealerships here in town are owned by public corporations.
Really?
Yeah. The individual owners, there's only a handful of us left in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
There were 16 dealers when I came to town, and now there's 70-some dealers in town.
Wow.
But the majority of them are controlled by the big corporations.
Wow. And then how's that different? Is it easier or harder for you to compete?
Actually, we don't have a problem competing with the big ones.
Really?
They are so structured as opposed to an individual dealership.
Like a battleship. You can't turn the thing around.
I know most of our customers, but a great deal of our customers, they know me. You can't find an owner of a corporation in town. It's all headquartered in Florida or Oregon or someplace like that.
Yeah.
And they switch management, so where you never, I shouldn't say never, very seldom, build up a rapport with your customers when you're a corporation.
Because they come and go.
Yeah.
You know. And then with your salesmen sticking around as much as they do, they're doing that job for you. I mean, don't they have their own customers that keep coming back every 4 or 5 years?
We have sold so many families' cars. I mean, the mom and dad will buy them, the kids will buy them, the grandkids. We have family with 8, 10 Kias in a row. I've never had a franchise that was that successful with selling so many cars to a given family.
Wow, wow. So the repeat business is really critical, isn't it? Yeah. That's nice. I'm glad you're able to do that. And that says a lot about relationship. Relationship selling is really
And our
where it's at.
dealership, most of the dealerships now are designed by the manufacturers. They're hot tile and glass and chrome. Ours is like a home. We have a fireplace.
You got carpeting and
have
everything.
carpeting. We have antique pictures. We have antique gaming machines. We have pictures of Las Vegas back to the turn of the century. People come in, it's like a walking museum. To see
It is. It's neat.
Just walk.
Yeah.
So far, the factory's been very good. Let me keep that up. Sooner or later, they're probably going to try to change it, but I'm going to battle them to the.
Yeah, you're going to say no.
Yeah, people are so much happier with our facility than they are with most of them.
Yeah, they feel more like they're at home.
Yeah.
And there's burros.
Yeah, there's burros.
I can't get over that. I cannot get over that, you know. So, what all do you want to do before you retire? He's not going to retire.
I have no intention of retiring.
Yeah. Are you going to buy some more casinos? You have gaming licenses all over the state, don't you?
6 gaming licenses in the state of Nevada,
Yeah. You want to keep that business going?
I'll probably cut back on some of those. I'll probably, I tell you, the ones in the rural Nevada are the most difficult to run.
Are they?
And
Just because they're so far from you, or?
Yeah, and employees, they're not sophisticated in Las Vegas. Your employees are better trained in this area. You get in the rural areas.
They know gaming. Yeah.
The employment in the rural areas is very difficult.
Yeah. Did you see the latest that you don't need to report anything until you reach $2,000 and winning in a slot machine?
I saw that.
That's good news, isn't it?
Yeah, but they also, if you notice the tax law, that you can only do your winnings on the big games. You can't deduct all your losses, which they're trying to change, but that's not good for Nevada.
Yeah. Do you think Vegas is going to come back? We had a down year, didn't we?
We have had a down year, yes.
What do you think is behind that, and do you think we're going to come out of it?
I think we'll come out of it. We've been through this before.
Yeah.
And we come out of it. I think the casinos have got to do some changing. I think we're partly guilty ourselves. The big boys, I think that some of the charges they put in are hurting the town.
Yeah. The hidden fees. Yeah, bad.
That's real
good.
bad. And they go nationwide. They go worldwide. Where Las Vegas casinos are charging $25 for a bottle of water.
It's crazy.
That's negative. That's not. It's not good. But and a lot of the big casinos, they'll have got so much debt. It's hard for them to make money.
Yeah.
And their debt is. And I don't know why they do it.
They sell the land.
They sell the land.
That's
and they
weird.
For 50 years.
I don't understand that.
To me, it's a short-term solution for a long-range problem.
Yeah.
And
it's cash flow.
Cash flow.
Yeah. And then you'd never do that.
I want to go the other. I want to be debt-free.
Yeah. And you want to own outright.
Absolutely. And we're pretty successful at that.
Yeah. Tell me about the wedding chapel you're building. I think this is a nice idea.
There's a little town of Belmont, Nevada. It's an old mining town.
Yeah.
Back in the 1860s, 1870s. And they had 2 churches in the town, little chapels. And the one of them, they took it apart piece by piece and moved it over to a little town of Manhattan, Nevada.
Yeah.
Which nobody's ever heard of. But anyway,
there's a Manhattan, Kansas, and a Manhattan, Montana.
Yeah, this is in Nevada.
And I was in Nevada. Yeah.
But anyway, it's been very successful. We've had many weddings up there.
Yeah.
We have a service twice a month in the summertime. We've had a few funerals. I'm going to duplicate that chapel and build it right behind in the parking lot behind the Skyline Casino.
Wow.
So we can use it for weddings. We can use it for Bible study. We're volunteer to any denomination that wants to use it is welcome to use it.
That's nice.
And we're going through the process of getting permitting for it now. Hope to have it done by spring of next year.
Yeah. And then tell the people the difference between building in the rural areas and building in a town that believes in permitting.
Oh my God, it's like nice.
And you told me this, I was amazed.
Oh, permitting is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Rural Nevada, you just take the plans and the builder gives it to you. You sign off on it, and then the next day they start putting it in the ground. We've been going through the planning on this with the county in Anderson for over 6 months and still don't have our permitting in.
Yeah.
For a little 700 square foot chapel.
You say it's going to be like $1 million.
Yeah, it's over $1 million. Over $1 million.
Yeah, we're not overregulated or anything, are we? I think that's nice that you're doing that, though. You know?
I think it'll be very successful.
Yeah, you know, it's really, you know, being on a Christian station and talking about Christ all the time. I think about this, and there were a couple of pastors that were stationed in casinos once upon a time. You probably knew that. And there was one named, we called him Charlie Chaplin, but his name was Charlie, and he was a chaplain. And he was at one of the casinos, and somebody else is at another one. And I'd like to see that again, because as they retired and left the scene, they were never, you know, they were never replaced. But you know, your casino might have that, might be the ones to do that.
To get a cute story, for years I belonged to the Central Christian Church.
I know.
And at that time it was a little over on Mojave, and Bob Crow was a minister, was a good friend of mine.
And it was a lot smaller than it is today.
Oh my gosh, we probably had a congregation of 200 or 300. They built a new church right across the street, and they were looking to raise money to complete it. And so Bob was inviting some of the more prominent donors to go through it, and I wasn't done it. Anyway, he invited one of the fellows over there, and he came over to see it. They didn't have the power on yet, and Bob was showing him around, got up behind the chapel. The guy fell in the baptismal with the three-piece suit on. And Bob told me, I was trying to pull the guy out of the baptismal. He said the most embarrassing thing he's ever been since he was a preacher.
That's never a bad thing to get baptized.
He got
even
baptized.
If it's by accident. That's hilarious. That's a very funny story. And now that poor church only has 25,000 members. Do you believe that?
Very successful.
You know, a lot of people don't know that that Las Vegas is one of the most church communities in the United States. Isn't that something? And I always say it's because we need it more.
Probably.
Than anybody else. You know? Sometimes we think the bar is a little low, but I'll accept that. You know, it's kind of easy for me. But there's an awful lot of church activity here. And, you know, Bugsy Siegel used to give more money than anybody to churches in this town when he was around. He really believed in his employees, and he thought that was good for the families, and so I think maybe this is the only city that has a statue to a mobster, and he's in the garden over there at the Flamingo.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Let me tell you kind of a cute story. It was before my time, but Ken O'Connell used to run the Chamber of Commerce here.
Right.
And he was here when the Flamingo opened.
Right.
And they had
46, I think.
Yeah, they had an open house and this, that, and the other. And anyway, they had a new swimming pool. And one of the reporters came to him and he says, "Hey, Bugsy, I'd like to talk to you." He says, Siegel grabbed him by the neck and he says, "My name is Mr. Siegel. If you ever say it again, I'm going to knock your head off."
Yeah,
so,
he didn't like Bugsy.
No,
and that's nuts.
Not at all.
He's a little Bugsy. Yeah. I wouldn't say that to him, I don't think.
No, I don't think I would either.
Things have changed.
Not if we do what's good for us.
Yeah. Did you know some of the mobsters?
I did not. I knew of them more than but I've got some books on them and so forth. And some of them played pretty hardball.
Yeah. But a lot of old timers here in town say that was when things were good here.
I've heard that many times. Of course, the town was just smaller then.
Yeah, when the gangsters owned it. And I said, yeah, if they were on your side, it was good.
Yeah.
It's been really wonderful talking to both of you. What a nice conversation.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, we were nice to each other, weren't we? That's good. We learned all about burros and everything. That's really good. Something truly wonderful is going to happen here in a minute. So please stick around for more, because a special guest is going to come and talk to these people. We'll be right back after this.
You know, Jim, I'm so happy to see you again.
It's good to see you.
And now to meet your daughter. She's gorgeous. And I brought you a little gift.
I appreciate that. I love it.
This is the first dance I ever had with Lawrence Welk. This is my birthday. Ronald Reagan is asking me to dance here. I did a lot of movies with him when I was a little girl.
Did you really?
I did. I started in movies at 4 years old.
You're kidding.
And then I got a chance to sing in your beautiful nightclub. This is Televiews magazine. I did a lot of magazine covers while I was with Lawrence. And this was my first song that I sang for him, and he hired me. And the song was, let me see if I can remember it. That's a long time ago. This is when I got my own television show. And I wanted to bring this to you so you'll remember me always. And I know you're a big Lawrence Welk fan.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
I'll have that put in a very prominent place.
All right. That's the deal.
Hi, I'm Dale Davidson, host of Las Vegas Tonight. You know, radio has an enduring place in the heart of America. Sometimes it's music that can enliven your spirit or keep you company when you need some. More often for me, it's just been the right spoken word or two that can quiet my mind and soul. Radio brings me a reassuring word in the quiet of night or a welcoming voice early in the morning as I shake off the night's sleep and find my way into God's purpose for my day. And always, I find the best radio station is the one that brings me the best news, the gospel of Jesus Christ. My favorite radio station is KKVV in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's still right where it's been for years, at 1060 on the AM dial, hovering over Sin City like a gospel airship, broadcasting the good news of the abounding love that Jesus Christ has for every single one of us. No matter who you are or where you live, you can receive God's Word via the KKVV Gospel Airship. Just go to kkvv.com and click on Listen Live. KKVV is using all the tools that God's provided them, like podcasting and video streaming and video on demand, to produce programs that lift up our fellow believers and save the lost. If you feel a calling to speak to others about Jesus Christ on your very own show, pick up the phone and call the station. They'll be happy to tell you how. Call KKVV today at 702-731-5588 or drop them an email at kkvvradio@hotmail.com. Please join me in becoming part of the KKVV family. You'll be glad you did.
We have had a wonderful time with Jim and Stacy. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We truly appreciate it. And for our very special guest, who's going to be interviewed for the next show. And we'll tell you all about that later. Thanks for watching. And as I try to remember to say each and every episode of Las Vegas Tonight, when it comes to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, please walk with Him. God bless you.
Shining star on heaven's face. Across the ages, humanity is often gathered in prayer, especially in times of crisis and need. It's a natural response, but who are we speaking to? Is prayer merely a platitude or emotional cliche? Yahoo! Or is there a God on the other end of the line? And if so, can we speak to him? And what is he saying? What exactly is prayer? Theologian John Piper describes prayer as intentionally conveying a message to God. He also outlines 3 main approaches to prayer, which each depend on how you view God. If your perspective is that God is in everything and everything is God, including you, me, the sunrise, the humpback whale, the smoke lightly wafting from a sun. Well, you get the picture. Prayer from this perspective is all about connecting with the divinity within us and around us. The only problem is that if we are part of God, prayer can feel like a one-sided conversation. If you feel like God exists, but he's distant and unapproachable, then prayer can become about developing special techniques or higher levels of devotion and holiness in order for our words to reach God's ears. Hello. Or we just give up trying. However, when you read the Christian Bible, God shows himself not to be distant or silent, but to be personable, accessible, and a creator who speaks. In the creation story, we see him literally speak each created thing into existence, as if to open an external conversation with his creation. Howdy. And throughout the Bible, he consistently speaks to humanity. So if God speaks, how do we speak to him? A big part of God's conversation with humanity was the person of Jesus, who God sent to earth as the human manifestation of himself. Thank you very much. So that he could talk to us directly. The Bible literally refers to Jesus as the Word, God's Word. And he gave a direct answer when his friends asked him about how to speak to God. Jesus says prayer is simply and honestly talking to God. If something is on your mind, if there's a situation where you don't know what to do, you can talk to God about it. You don't have to pray in a church, and you don't have to sound religious. God loves you and wants you to be real with him. You can pray out loud. You can pray silently. He listens wherever and whenever. So how do we hear God? God's voice is described in the Bible as a still, small voice. Many people hear back from God by quieting the noise around them and pausing to listen. Or by reading the Bible, which God also calls his Word. The more you talk with someone, the more you get to know who they are. The God who speaks has started the conversation. If you haven't spoken in a while, why don't you try to pick it up again? It could change your life.
Alpha and Omega. You have no beginning, you have no end. Before the foundation of the world, you chose me, adopted as your child through your Son, Jesus Christ. I deserved death, yet you showed me grace. I deserve your wrath, yet you demonstrate love. My God, this whole world may fail, but you remain the same. The love of an everlasting God is my firm foundation. Whom shall I fear? Everything here on earth will fade away, but your promises will never. The love of an everlasting God is my hope. No one can take it away. I am yours, my Lord. You chose me, my everlasting God.
The Lord has made it possible for our show, Las Vegas Tonight, to thrive. We've produced well over 300 episodes telling the remarkable stories of Christians who have set out to change the world for the better. It's my honor to lead this ministry. As the founder of Dale Wynn Davidson Ministries, I'm commanded to be a good steward of all the donations our partners have so generously provided to us. As you can imagine, it takes a great deal of money to keep this program on the air in the United States and around the world. please prayerfully consider making a one-time donation or becoming a monthly partner of Dale Wynn Davidson Ministries. Just go to vegassaints.org and select Make a Donation, or send your check or money order made out to Dale Wynn Davidson Ministries, 9030 West Sahara Avenue, number 255, Las Vegas, Nevada 89117. For more information, call 702-480-3989. Thank you, and God bless you.
Come on and shine, shine, shine. Las Vegas, shine your light on me.
You've been watching Las Vegas Tonight with your host, Dale Davidson. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of our show. We so appreciate your loyalty to our program. To keep Las Vegas Tonight on the air, please go to our website, vegassaints.org, and click the Donate button. To send a check or money order, please make it out to Dale Wynn Davidson Ministries and mail it to 9030 West Sahara Avenue, Suite 255, Las Vegas, Nevada 89117. To suggest a guest to appear on the show or any other suggestions or questions, write to Dale at dalewdavidson@yahoo.com or call him at 702-480-3989.
Shine, Las Vegas, shine.